Now, Shirley, if I can just begin by asking you, why Waverley Care? Why are you accepting this cheque today on their behalf?
Well, I'm a patron of Waverley Care in thanks to my involvement with MAC Cosmetics. I was signed on as a spokesperson for them, God, I don't know how long ago now, maybe 8 years ago. And I'm very proud to have introduced Waverley Care to MAC and MAC to Waverley Care, and they've enjoyed a long relationship now, so I think I was the natural choice to come and present this cheque today.
And what will the donation allow Waverley Care to do?
Well, it goes to their community outreach programme and also to an art project. So basically it will educate, because I think people with HIV and full-blown AIDS are still battling a lot of prejudice, and it also goes towards encouraging people who are living with HIV to express themselves artistically and deal with a lot of different emotions regarding their status through art.
Yeah, and in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a lot of awareness raising of HIV and AIDS.
That's right.
Do you think that's died down a little bit? Do you think there's a need to reignite it and educate people again?
Well, I think there's always reason and need to ignite any kind of public awareness, particularly surrounding needy causes. And unfortunately, there definitely is a sort of charitable fatigue that's at play nowadays. The great thing I think about MAC and by association Waverley Care is that they've managed to find a really clever sort of corporate template, using cosmetics to raise not just awareness but funds. And MAC Cosmetics have raised over $100 million over 10 years by the sale of a lipstick, and I just think it's really clever.
Now, you talk about acceptance for people living with HIV and AIDS. You've been an outsider yourself. Is that part of the reason why you wanted to get involved with this?
It's part of the reason. I think people who make music for a living, particularly in sort of alternative music, they always do feel like outsiders. But more importantly, I lost people through full-blown AIDS, and I've got a lot of dear friends currently living with HIV, so it's something that's really close to my heart.
Now, I remember seeing you playing underneath the castle the night that the Scottish Parliament was opened. Back in Scotland now, do you notice any changes in the country at all?
Oh God, yeah. I think the country's really changing. I mean, it's much more cosmopolitan now, much more sophisticated than it was, say, 10 years ago.
And
absolutely.
And when you do come home, is there anything that you particularly do here that you can't do when you're out in LA?
There's a lot of things I can do here that I can't do in LA, but no, I just like the people. I like the sense of humour, and I think Scottish people are pretty down to earth, and I like that.
Now, it's 3 years since Garbage released their last album, but you've been busy working on solo projects. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, I've been working on a record by myself, but with other artists, and it's been a slow sort of climb. But I'm not in any rush, to be honest. When you come out of a band, you're really trying to battle for your own identity, and it's difficult. It's like leaving a family in a way. So it's been a long haul, and I have some issues with my record label. I'm always fighting with my record label, who think I'm too noir, whatever that means. I took that as a huge compliment, but they seem to think that was really meant as some criticism. So. And
a few interesting artists that you've been working with.
I have. I've worked on a lot of different people. Some were heroes of mine, from a long time ago that I'm more contemporary artists, but. Yeah, I worked with a Scotsman, which was, of course, the legendary Paul Buchanan, who we made an incredibly dark, twisted song together. It was really good fun. He's an amazing artist and really unique.
Have you any idea when we can expect to hear your material?
Ask my record company.
And finally, obviously, there was talk at the time of your hiatus from Garbage, that it was indefinite. Any sign on the horizon of reforming? Any chance that you might speak it?
I don't know. I mean, it's too early to say, really. It seems a long time for our fans, but it's too early for us to say. I still see Butch a lot. I work with him, and he's a really great friend, and the same with Steve. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
That's super. Thanks very much for your time. Cheers.
Thank you.